What is stated in the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding is the end of the war, meaning in the Islamabad Memorandum, the end of the war was declared. Yes, the United States violated the Memorandum of Understanding and clashes have resumed, but we did not have a ceasefire that would now need to be extended. Both Qatar and Pakistan are exchanging messages and are in contact with us, but this does not mean negotiations. No decision has been made yet to resume negotiations with the United States. For now, we are designing a temporary route that will later be converted into a final route in subsequent stages. This is a technical task being carried out between specialists from the two countries, Iran and Oman. The armed forces are involved in it. In any case, they are the primary experts in this regard. It is possible that we will reach a result soon, but I want to emphasize that this negotiation and the opening of the Strait of Hormuz are two separate issues. What is stated in the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding is the end of the war, meaning in the Islamabad Memorandum, the end of the war was declared. Yes, the United States violated the Memorandum of Understanding and clashes have resumed, but we did not have a ceasefire that would now need to be extended. We had the end of the war, but now we have found ourselves in a new situation. Both Qatar and Pakistan are exchanging messages and are in contact with us, but this does not mean negotiations. No decision has been made yet to resume negotiations with the United States. For now, we are designing a temporary route that will later be converted into a final route in subsequent stages. This is a technical task being carried out between specialists from the two countries, Iran and Oman. The armed forces are involved in it. In any case, they are the primary experts in this regard. It is possible that we will reach a result soon, but I want to emphasize that this negotiation and the opening of the Strait of Hormuz are two separate issues. One is a technical negotiation regarding the determination of the maritime route. Once this route is determined, whether the strait be reopened or not depends on the fulfillment of other conditions that the United States must adhere to. Donald Trump said he would seek to declare the Strait of Hormuz a territory of the United States, making the extraordinary claim as tensions continue to escalate around the strategically vital waterway. The remark came as Trump claimed that American forces had total control over the Strait of Hormuz, a critical maritime passage through which a significant share of the world's energy supplies normally travels.
And after we finish defeating Iran, which is being very badly defeated, pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States. Essentially, that's what it is. We have the blockade. No ships get through unless we want them to. But, and how about Venezuela? Venezuela was a one-day war. And now we work great with them. We've taken in millions and millions of barrels of oil. But we're doing really good. We're doing good in every way. You know, I built the military, and now I used it a little bit more than I wanted to, frankly, but that's okay, because we cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. Do we agree? Can't let it.
But a senior White House official later said the US president was joking when he spoke about potentially claiming the Strait of Hormuz, suggesting the remark was not intended as a serious policy announcement. The unnamed official reportedly said Trump had not discussed any plan to claim the Strait of Hormuz as US territory with his advisors. Trump was reportedly heard chuckling after making the remark during a speech in New York, adding to the impression that his comments were delivered in a joking or provocative manner. On the other hand, Iran has strongly pushed back against Trump's suggestion of declaring the Strait of Hormuz as American territory. Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Qasem Garibabadi responded by saying, "The US must accept reality of the war," as Tehran continued to reject Trump's claims and defend its position. In a post on X, Garibabadi said, and I quote, "Trump has said that after Iran's defeat, he will soon declare the Strait of Hormuz as US territory. The Strait of Hormuz cannot be seized by tweet, nor by aircraft carrier, nor by issuing an order, nor by an election speech. Iran neither fears threats nor cowers before displays of power. Once and for all, accept the reality. Up to this point, you have suffered strategic and heavy defeats. The Strait of Hormuz has been Iranian, is Iranian, and will remain Iranian. This strait will only be closed and opened under Iran's command. And as long as you do not accept the reality of defeat and cease your fanciful delusions, Iran will continue to enforce the blockade." Unquote. The Strait of Hormuz remains a critical flashpoint in the ongoing US-Iran war, with a strategically vital waterway continuing to sit at the center of military tensions. As Trump talks about U.S. control over the strait, satellite images are showing a major oil slick spreading off Iran's Qasem Island, adding a serious environmental dimension to the escalating conflict. Satellite images have captured a major oil slick spreading off Iran's Qasem Island, raising serious concerns about a potentially significant environmental incident in the waters around the strategically important island. The images were captured by Europe's Copernicus Sentinel-2 satellites on August 10, showing a large area of apparent oil pollution extending into the waters surrounding Qasem Island. A second oil slick was detected near Iran's Siri Island on August 13, suggesting that the environmental impact may not be limited to a single location within the Gulf. Siri Island, located roughly 100 kilometers southwest of Qasem, is home to Iranian offshore oil and gas facilities, making the location particularly significant amid the region's ongoing maritime tensions. Environmental researchers said the Qasem slick stretched for around 160 kilometers, with satellite imagery showing a substantial trail of pollution across the surrounding waters. According to the analysis, the darker sections of the slick appear consistent with heavy fuel oil, although the exact substance involved has not been independently confirmed. A lighter and more diluted oil trail could also be seen spreading much farther across the waters, indicating that the pollution may have dispersed well beyond the most concentrated sections of the slick. Video verified by Reuters showed dark, bubbling liquid washing onto beaches at Susa on Qasem Island, providing visible evidence of pollution reaching the coastline. The pollution is raising new fears for Qasem's fragile coastline, as well as its fisheries, mangrove habitats and marine wildlife, which could face lasting damage if the contamination continues to spread. Maritime tanker trackers said the Qasem slick likely stemmed from the Minoan Pioneer, a Liberia-flagged dry bulk carrier that was damaged earlier this month. The Liberia-flagged dry bulk ship was hit by an unknown projectile off Oman on August 3, while sailing through the Strait of Hormuz, and one seafarer was reported missing after the incident. Maritime security sources said the attack was suspected to have been carried out by Iran, although the circumstances surrounding the incident and the source of the subsequent pollution remain disputed. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign ministry has said preliminary evidence points to a foreign bulk carrier as the source of the pollution that reached Qasem Island, offering a different account of where the spill originated. The full cause of the Qasem spill, as well as the origin of the separate slick detected near Siri Island, remains unconfirmed. The oil spill comes as tit-for-tat attacks on shipping continue to raise tensions across the region, opening a dangerous environmental front in the Gulf alongside the wider security crisis.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.